Hey guys, this is Amit and you're watching Tech Dad. In this video, we are going to compare between Poco M3 Pro versus Realme Narzo 30, and we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips, and about the prices. And in the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, M3 Pro have triple camera setup, 48 megapixel of wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. Whereas Narzo 30 also comes with triple camera setup, 48 megapixel of wide camera, 2 megapixel of macro camera and 2 megapixel of depth sensor. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same camera sensors. And about the front camera of the devices, M3 Pro have 8 megapixel of wide camera, whereas Narzo 30 have 16 megapixel of wide camera. So the winner here is Narzo 30 because it has 16 megapixel of wide camera. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. M3 Pro have dual LED flash, HDR and panorama, whereas Narzo 30 have LED flash, HDR and panorama. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have dual LED flash. And about the video recording options in the devices, M3 Pro can shoot Full HD video max at 30 fps, Narzo 30 can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 120 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization. So the winner here is Narzo 30 because it can record video in 4K and it have gyro electronic image stabilization. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. M3 Pro have Android 11 support. On the other side, Narzo 30 have Android 11 support too. So it's a tie. And about the user interface of the devices, M3 Pro have MIUI, whereas Narzo 30 have Realme UI. So it's a tie because both of the user interface has different UI. So it's up to you which UI you like it or not. It's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. M3 Pro is powered by Dimensity 700 5G based on 7nm processor, whereas Narzo 30 is powered by Helio G95 based on 12nm processor. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have higher processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, M3 Pro is packed with Mali G57, whereas Narzo 30 is also packed with Mali G76. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it can give you more FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. M3 Pro can clock at 2.2 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset, whereas Narzo 30 can clock at 2.05 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have faster clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, M3 Pro comes with 2 RAM variants, 4 and 6 GB of RAM, whereas Narzo 30 have only 6 GB of RAM variant. So clearly the winner here is M3 Pro because it have multi-RAM options. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. M3 Pro comes with 2 storage options, 64 and 128, whereas Narzo 30 only have 64 GB. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have multi-storage option and it have faster read and write speed. And about this external storage of the devices, M3 Pro have dedicated card slot, whereas Narzo 30 also have dedicated card slot. So it's a tie. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the display size of the devices. M3 Pro have 6.5 inches of display, whereas Narzo 30 have 6.5 inches of display. So again, it's a tie because both of the devices have same display size. And about the screen to body ratio, M3 Pro have approx 83.7%, whereas Narzo 30 have 83.4%. So again, it's a tie because both of the devices have approx the same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. M3 Pro comes with Full HD Plus display, whereas Narzo 30 also have Full HD Plus display. So again, it's a tie. And about the display type of the devices, M3 Pro have IPS LCD display having 90 Hz of refresh rate, whereas Narzo 30 have IPS LCD display having 90 Hz of refresh rate. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same display panel, which is good for playing games. Moving to the body features of the devices, let's start with the thickness of the devices. M3 Pro have 8.9mm of thickness, whereas Narzo 30 have 9.4mm of thickness. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have slimmer body. Talking about the weight of the devices, M3 Pro comes with 190 grams of weight, whereas Narzo 30 have 192 grams of weight. So it's a tie here because both of the devices have approx the same weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, M3 Pro have Gorilla Glass 3, whereas Narzo 30 also have Gorilla Glass 3. So it's a tie because both of the devices can give you same protection. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. M3 Pro have plastic back with plastic frame, whereas Narzo 30 have plastic back with plastic frame. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie. Moving to some of the most important features of the devices, let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. M3 Pro have side-mounted fingerprint scanner, and the other side Narzo 30 also have side-mounted fingerprint scanner. So I will call it a tie. And about the sensors in the devices, both of the devices have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, so it's a tie. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. M3 Pro have 5000 mAh of battery capacity, whereas Narzo 30 also have 5000 mAh of battery capacity. So clearly it's a tie here because both of the devices have same battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. M3 Pro have 18 watts of fast charging, whereas Narzo 30 also have 30 watts of fast charging. So the winner here is Narzo 30 because it can charge up your device faster. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. M3 Pro have normal speakers, whereas Narzo 30 have normal speakers too. So again it's a tie. And about the headphone jack of the devices, both of the devices have 3.5 mm of headphone jack. So it's a tie here. Moving to the communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both of the devices have Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot. So it's a tie. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, M3 Pro have 5.1 generation of Bluetooth, whereas Narzo 30 have 5th generation of Bluetooth. So the winner here is M3 Pro because it have newer generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices. M3 Pro have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo and BDS, whereas Narzo 30 have AGPS, GLONASS and BDS. So clearly the winner here is M3 Pro because it have Galileo sensor. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, M3 Pro comes with 2nd gen of Type-C connector, whereas Narzo 30 also have 2nd gen of Type-C connector. So it's a tie. Moving to the price of the devices. In the international market, starting range of M3 Pro is around $180, whereas Narzo 30 is available from $180. In the Indian market, M3 have starting range from 16,000 rupees, whereas Narzo 30 is also available from 14,000 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera the winner is Narzo 30, in the performance the winner is M3 Pro, in the display it's a tie, in the body segment the winner is M3 Pro, in the features of the device it's a tie, in the communication chips it's a tie, and about the prices the winner is M3 Pro. So the decision is totally yours. Which device you like the most so far, and let me know in the comment below what do you think, which device is better for you. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what you thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.